The city council will see this video. They will see this video. I can guarantee that this video will make its way to them. That's the city hall right there. Right there.
Thank you.
Where they work, they will see it. So in a minute, I'll ask y'all for whatever you want to tell them. I asked Sonia. Well, I guess maybe a couple more questions. I asked Sonia if it's tough for women, especially. She said, I don't know what she said, but she said no. I think. Do you think that? Because I have talked to other women, and they say some of them say, it sucks or whatever. Do you think that it is tough for?
I think that's a definitely it is definitely more tougher for women to be homeless for a number of situations, especially if they have children. It's going to be tough, and then if they have any other kind of issues, whether it be mental issues, whether it be childhood trauma issues, any kind of issue for a woman out here becomes magnified. Whereas if you took that same issue in a man and put him out here, it might work to his benefit. For a woman, those things are magnified probably in a different degree, in a negative degree. Most women are having a hard time out here being homeless.
Gotcha.
I mean, to be a woman out here homeless, I could only imagine. Mentally, emotionally, and the physical dangers that you're gonna come across. That's it ain't right. Just ain't right.
Yeah. What do you think, and you may not have an answer to this, but this is something that I've noticed. So when you look at the racial makeup of folks who live on the street, it's mostly white and black males. There are some women, there's not, I wouldn't say there's a small amount of women, but it's definitely more men than women. But you don't see as much of like Asian people or like other, do you think that there's a reason why it's mostly white and black men versus these other groups?
Yeah, I think it's more cultural. I think group think is important in that respects, in cultural respects. I think Asian and Hispanic and Latino communities have a greater amount of cohesive groupthink. Not that it's that's a bad thing, because in certain situations that could be a good thing. It could keep them together. It can keep them helping when help is needed. It can keep their families together. I think our situation as Americans, and not to say that the Asians or the Latino and Hispanics are not Americans, they are Americans also. But I think our Americanism is different. Our culture is different. Our groupthink is different. And so I think our groupthink contributes to the breakdown of our families. It contributes to our drug use. It also contributes to the way in which we seek to help one another. I think their groupthink works in a way that keeps their families together. Even if they have problems, they groupthink work in a way in which it can keep their families together. It can keep them reaching out to each other. And so in the long run, that causes them to not be in situations that they are not protected by the group. Whereas our situations, our group think we have a way that we are able to disconnect the individual from the group in a way that the Asians and the Latinos and Hispanics don't got that. They don't have that way. And it's just based on our history. Our history is different. And so we have ways in which we ostracize ourselves in ways that they don't. So that's why you see more black and white
Interesting
people out here than you see.
Do Do y'all agree? Anything to add or disagree with? Or?
Yeah, I'll agree with that, because you can't say it's education, because it's not all just education.
It's definitely.
It's not finances. I
Right.
Man, because once you walk out that door and you ain't got no ID, who are you? Once you're lost, you're lost. And I think back to when I first moved down here. A guy told me the farthest you go in a certain direction, you're up a creek with no power. I understand that phrase now. I really do. However, I have no intention of staying up there.